Hello and welcome to the next lesson in our section on backlink audits. In this lesson, we'll talk about the concept of a link neighborhood and why it's a good idea to surround yourself with good link neighbors. To review what we've already learned, when Googlebot sees that there's a normal followed link from another website to yours, it sees that link as a kind of vote or endorsement of your site, and it allows that vote to affect the way your website is ranked in the search results. But you're only going to be boosted in the SERP rankings if the sites that are linking to you are of high quality. In this example, the LA Times, Food52.com, and Bon Appetit are all pretty reputable websites. They comprise a good link neighborhood to be in. So because the sausage maker has earned links from these three good link neighbors, Google recognizes an increase in the sausage maker's link equity and is likely to boost their site in the rankings for relevant keywords. On the other hand, if your website finds itself in a bad link neighborhood, maybe due to older, sketchier link building practices you might have engaged in before you knew better, this can hurt your site's standing in the eyes of the search engines and can potentially harm your rankings. Think about how likely you are to visit a restaurant or a store in what feels to you like a bad neighborhood versus one in a good neighborhood. Those assessments might not always be accurate or fair, but they tend to affect your behavior anyway. The same goes for your site. Even if your site isn't actually low quality, if it's in a bad link neighborhood being linked to by sketchy sales sites or spammy directories, Google might assume that your site has some of those same unsavory characteristics, and they might treat it accordingly in the SERPs. Here's how you can get a general sense of the link neighborhood your site is currently living in. In Moz's Link Explorer tool, enter your domain and click Linking Domains in the left-hand menu. You'll get an overview page that shows you how many other websites are linking to your site, and then the tool will show you several metrics related to each of those linking domains below. You want to pay attention to two main things here: the domain authority of each page that's linking to you, and its spam score. These two columns on the right will tell you something about the quality of the site that links to you. The domain authority, as you know, is a general measure of how likely that site is to rank highly in the SERPs. The spam score is another Moz metric that tells you what percentage of sites with similar features we've found to be banned or penalized by Google. So how likely is a site that's similar to this one to be in trouble with the search engines? Once you're on this page, you can sort on either of these columns by clicking each caret to see your highest quality linking domains, or you can export this information to a CSV, which will also let you sort the data any way you want. We'll do that when we're analyzing all of our data in just a bit. We can see that there are some really high quality linking domains linking to this site. We've got Pinterest, Reddit, TinyURL. If anything on your site has ever been shared or Pinterest or Reddit, you're going to see these on your list too. And there's that LA Times link. These are all sites with really high domain authority and really low spam scores. The column in the middle, linking domains, will also show you how many unique websites are linking to the site in the row you're looking at. This screenshot is a good indication that we have plenty of high-quality sites linking to our site, which suggests we might already be in a good link neighborhood. On the other hand, if we explore a little more within either domain authority or spam score, we'll see that there are plenty of examples of low-quality sites that can link to you as well. Here, you see a bunch of very spammy-looking URLs, free wallpaper sites and stuff like that all have low domain authority and comparatively high spam scores. If you see too many of these in your full linking domains list, that might be an indication that your link neighborhood is not so good. Let's export our whole linking domains list to CSV so we can see the full scope. We'll go back to our sausage maker example. You'll just click Export CSV in the top right of the page. It'll ask how many rows you want to download, and you always want to ask for the maximum amount of data to get the clearest picture, and then you'll just click Export. And then once we're in Excel, we can see pretty much the same information we had on screen within the Moz tool. Now, I've got this sorted from low to high on spam score, so you can see those same high-quality sites up here at the top. But if we start scrolling down, we'll start to see some higher spam scores showing up and some lower domain authorities. We don't have spam score data for every single site, as you can see, But you can probably do a smell test on some of these based on the domain authority and how relevant the URL sounds to your industry. NourishingOurChildren.org is probably fine, but we might want to watch out for this Archangel Mission, whatever that is. That looks pretty spammy. Now, there's no hard and fast rule as to where your cutoff should be in terms of spam score, but if we look at the total number of linking domains on this list and then isolate the ones that have spam scores that we think are too high, leaving out the ones where we don't have spam score data, we have about 600 links from potentially spammy domains and a little over 1,000 that are probably okay. So a little over 1/3 of the linking domains on our list could be spam. That's not the best neighborhood we could be in, but it's not terrible either. And remember that every site has spammy links pointing to it, and they're almost impossible to avoid completely. This might be a good time to start flagging the domains on your list that you know you don't want, especially if you know they were earned using a link scheme or any of the black hat link building tactics that Google frowns upon. So hopefully this lesson has taught you how to evaluate the link neighborhood that surrounds your website. Keep in mind that as with everything else in our backlink audit, there's no absolute rule as to how many spam links are too many. This is just one metric on our list that helps us gauge our overall backlink profile health. Thanks for watching.